In this video, we're going to work through the describe questions skill, and we're going to focus on organised crime and prohibition in 1920s America. But before we do that skill, then make sure you revise your knowledge. If you don't know it and you haven't looked at it recently, look at my revision guide pages or look at my YouTube talk-through video all about that topic and revise your knowledge. And then we're going to have a quick quiz on it. Then we'll have a talk through how to complete the questions successfully. I'll tutor you through how to do that, and hopefully you'll achieve a really good answer by the end. So now, before we go to that skill, let's do a quick quiz all about 1920s prohibition and organised crime. Okay, so here's a few questions about an organised crime. You find them in your revision guide. If you haven't got a revision guide, you can just work on paper or work out your answers. You can have a look at my video to revise your knowledge. You'll find that in my playlist. So here are 8 simple questions. Pause it now and work out the answers. Okay, so here are the answers. Name one group that campaigned to ban alcohol. So you've got the Anti-Saloon League or Women's Christian Temperance Union. Now, the story going back through the ideas of prohibition is that actually it helps a lot of women's rights and development of women's political rights as they campaign for political change. There's a sort of interconnection there. Maybe if you've gone to some of your bigger topics at A-level, you'll start to realise some of that idea. So secondly, name the 2 laws that banned alcohol and caused prohibition. So you've got the 18th Amendment and you've got the Volstead Act. Together, they ban the supply and drinking of alcohol. 3, name the people employed to enforce prohibition. So you had prohibition agents who would go around trying to stop people drinking, shutting down those speakeasies. Number 4, how much did alcohol consumption decrease during prohibition? So only 30%. So therefore, a lot of people were still drinking. What was the name of the illegal saloons or pubs, as it might be called, a speakeasy, where you went to drink your illegal alcohol? What was the name of people who smuggled the alcohol? So bootleggers. They had it in the back of their cars, in their boots of their cars, and they would leg it, of course. How much did gangsters earn from illegal alcohol during prohibition? So $2 billion. So clearly it's helping gangsters thrive in this time. When did Capone become a gang leader in Chicago? So 1927. A couple of questions at the end, just linking towards our gangster question we're going to be thinking about as well. But first we're going to think about prohibition. So we're going to describe 2 features of prohibition. Nice, simple question. You would have seen some other describe questions I've talked through hopefully by now. If you haven't, then look at my playlist and you go to the first video, the describe video. It will talk you through more of a success criteria of how to answer this question correctly. But the basics of that is you need to give a point supported by some evidence and need to repeat that process. It's 6 marks. We probably need a couple of sentences of evidence. We need to have some good facts and information in there. We don't need to explain. We don't need this is because at the end. It's not an explain question. So let's think about this now. So if you use your revision guide or your notes or my videos to work out some ideas about prohibition. So we need a point that sets up a feature of prohibition. Does it encourage crime, for instance? Okay, we need a feature. Then we need some evidence to back it up. So pause you now and have a think about 2 features that could make your points and the evidence you'd use to back that up. Away you go. Here's my idea. So firstly, I've said it increased crime. So most people disobeyed the law. So more speakeasies were available in the 1920s than there were saloon bars before prohibition. So this suggests that lots of people going to these speakeasies and breaking the law. And organised crime benefited from this, of course, by earning $2 billion. Alcohol-related bad health actually increased. Unhealthy moonshine, which is illegal alcohol, led to alcohol poisoning, deaths. They rose from 98 in 1920 to 800 by 1926. Added this moonshine could often lead to explosions. People got the mix wrong, there could be little explosions, burn injuries, or even worse. So, got some ideas now. So how are we going to answer this question? So we're going to set out our answer like this. Make our point. 1 feature of prohibition was, for example, back it up with evidence. Another feature of this prohibition was, back it up with our evidence. So it should be nice and simple. So we're going to talk through this first answer together. Then I'll set you an organised crime question for you to do by yourself to develop your skills further. So let's write our first sentence. You can do it in your revision guide or on some paper, or just watch me talk through it. So 1 feature of prohibition was, in our plan we had about more people involved in crime. So how are we going to set up that first sentence? Pause you now and think about your first sentence. Okay, nice and simple. So I've said 1 feature of prohibition was it led to increased crime in America. Nice and simple, yeah? So for example, what we're going to do to back that up is give some evidence. We want at least 2 sentences, maybe a little bit more, to set out this idea of lots of people involved in crime. Pause me now and away you go. Okay, so I said that, for example, the majority of people in the USA broke the law by not following prohibition. This was shown by the fact that by late 1920s, there were more illegal speakeasies than there were legal saloon bars before prohibition. Also, organised crime was able to make $2 billion from prohibition, as so many people broke the law. Okay, let's set up our next idea. So another feature of prohibition was, okay, what do you think you'd set out for that? We talked about in our plan about health. You might have another idea. That's great if you do. Set up your idea now with your opening sentence. Pause me now and away you go. Okay, I said feature of prohibition was that it may have actually led to a decrease in health rather than the increased health standards it aimed to achieve. Now we need some evidence. So, for example, let's give some evidence to back it up. If you've gone with a different idea, then you're obviously giving evidence to back that up. You need 2 or 3 sentences of facts and detail now. Pause you now and off you go. Okay, so I've said, for example, in 1920 there were 98 deaths from alcohol poisoning, but by 1926 there were over 800 deaths due to moonshine being made in varying degrees of alcohol. Added to this, moonshine was made unsafely in people's homes. This could lead to fires and explosions. Clearly, the idea is that if you're making illegal alcohol, you don't know how much alcohol is in it, so it could lead to alcohol poisoning. So it's not clearly labelled or marked in there. Okay, let's look at extra question then. So describe 2 features of gangsters in the 1920s. So have a look through the pages in the book up there about Al Capone and also other gangsters. You can also link this to Prohibition, of course, some of the other gangster activities they're doing. So have a think, what are some features of gangsters in the 1920s? What evidence would you give to back it up? Have a go at this question now yourself, and I'll then show you an example answer in a moment. So pause me now, and away you go. Okay, so here's my idea. So one feature of gangsters in the 1920s was that they gained huge wealth. Hopefully you thought of that idea. So, for example, they set up bootlegging speakeasies, racketeering operations to earn money. This meant that gangsters earned $2 billion from prohibition-related crime in the 1920s. Gangsters like George Remus lived lavish lifestyles and could afford to host spectacular parties and give out expensive gifts. Another feature might be about their corruption and violence. We might want to talk about Al Capone here. So, for example, Al Capone rose to prominence in Chicago. He would bribe local police officers, officials, judges and politicians to ignore his criminal activity. He also used violence to crush rivals. His gang led over 200 gang-related murders, and during the St. Valentine's Day massacre, his gang murdered Bugs Malone and his gang members. Hopefully that's a nice example there for you, and you were giving some nice ideas, and you always had some good points you were setting out and some good details. Well, I hope you found that video useful and you developed your skills. Hopefully by the end there you're able to do your own question really successfully, and you've got really good knowledge on how to do that question successfully. If you found it useful, do subscribe to my channel, have a look around my place with loads of different topics there, and do take a look at my revision guides as well. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.